What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? About y'all, I'm eating right now. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? This gonna be a great live, man. This gonna be a great live. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What's poppin', Q? What's poppin'? What's poppin', German? That's my boy way there. That's my boy way there. King Ditz, that's my boy, man. We grew up together. You know, I used to beat him in football and basketball. Bro, what the fuck, bro? You gotta go, bro. These dudes is wild, bro. Well, happy Friday to my people, man. Chilling. What's poppin', Q? What's poppin'? This gonna be a great live, man. This gonna be a great live, and we gotta talk about it, man. We gotta talk about it. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? We gotta talk about it, man. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. What's poppin', Indy? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Happy Friday too, man. Happy Friday. It's raining today, so I would go outside and work out, but it's raining. I said, let me go live. Let me go live. This gonna be a great live, man. And I think I'm gonna make some videos about this too because you know I hate feeling played, and in society, I feel like they play on our weaknesses. They try to monetize our weaknesses to make millions of dollars from our weaknesses. So we gonna talk about it today. We gonna talk about it today. If y'all can hear me well, put an 8 in the chat. What's poppin', Shalom? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Alexa, play. We gonna let the music play till everybody come in. Alexa, Alexa, play some Michael Jackson.
Shuffling Michael Jackson and similar artists on Amazon Music.
Put some music till everybody come in, man. Happy Friday too. Happy Friday. You had a hard week. Hey, you made it to Friday. That's all that matters. It's most definitely the most people, but you just have to be smart with any decision. Make facts, facts. What's poppin', Kishon? What's poppin'? Tiffany, what's poppin'? I love seeing my people. I love seeing my people. Happy Friday.
I can make you feel alright. And maybe through the years, gonna love you more each day. So I promise you tonight that you will always be there.
What's poppin', baby? Alives?
Think back in my tenderness. Let's make it this like we want again. The girl I need to speak no man.
I went follow you on IG. Okay, appreciate you. I'm gonna send you a message. But we about to start live in a few. Wait till this song go off. What's poppin', DM Hawk? What's poppin'?
wanna stay, 'cause you will always be the lady in my life.
Stay with me. Mm.
I want you to stay with me. I need you by my side.
Don't you
We're
go
going
nowhere.
nowhere.
So very proud of you. Appreciate you, Darlene Moore. I appreciate you.
My lady,
The live go start when this song go off.
this vision. I wanna touch you, baby. You are the lady.
Alexa, pause. Hey y'all, I'm on semen retention, so don't mind me. Alexa, play. What's down, brother? What's popping? Most hated, always supporting. Appreciate you, bro. Hold on, hold on. Most hated, always supporting. Appreciate you. Q too.
Give you all in my
What's popping? What's popping? No problem, no problem. Only book is black. I'm telling you. I'll play one more song, y'all. One more song. I promise you. After this song, the live go start. I promise y'all. One more song. Alexa, play Frank. What that song is? Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Hey, what's up? This is Forrest Frank.
Time of Day by Maze, featuring Frankie Beverly.
Not this song. Alexa, play Golden Time of Day.
Golden Time of Day by Maze, featuring Frankie Beverly from Apple Music.
After this song, we're gonna start the live, y'all. I promise y'all. I promise. This time, I really promise. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
There's a time of the day when the sun
What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
that's the golden
Golden time of day.
It's a time that the sun turns all around. That's the golden time of day. At the end of the day, when the wind is soft and cool.
The live will start after this song.
But it makes the flowers sway when the sun settles down and it takes a lovely walk. That's the golden
So what's poppin', Bill James? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Alexa, pause. We gonna start the live after this song. I promise y'all. Alexa, play. Let's go. Let me tell you that time in your life, who you find, who you are. That's the golden time of day. And in your mind, you will find you're the bright, shining star. Ooh, that's the golden time of day. When you feel deep inside all the love you're looking for. Love this song. Oh yeah, what's poppin', Candy? It is what it is, huh, bro? That's why I say, huh? My favorite Frankie Beverly Mays. I've seen them many times. See, I never saw them in concert, man. Just at the cookouts, we play it all day, man. And you blessed to see them in concert, though. That's the golden time of day. Ooh, that's the golden time of day. You always have excellent, awesome videos. Hey, appreciate you, Bill James. Appreciate that. Frankie, what's poppin'? Janet. All right, Alexa, pause. Alexa, pause. God damn it. First time tuning in. What's popping? What's popping, my people? What's popping? And I want to talk about this topic, man. First of all, I appreciate everybody for joining live. I appreciate y'all. I want to talk about this topic, man, because I feel, like I say, I don't know how women feel when they go through celibacy and stuff like that, but I know how, as a man, I know how we feel. And as a man, it just makes you appreciate everything. It makes you appreciate women. It makes you look back on all the women you know, like treated in the wrong way. It just makes you a better man taking this journey. And I feel like as you get older, it's better. When you're young, it's really hard to do this journey because, you know, that's all you think about is sex, sex, sex 24/7. 24/7. You still do as a man as you get older, but you got more things to focus on, you know. And I feel like in our community, like I say, I can't talk about the white community, the Mexican, I can't talk about their community. I can talk about my community. I feel like in our community, we have to start looking at each other. And even when we're alone, because when you get bored, what's the first thing you want to do? If you don't have nobody over, if you're not in a relationship, what's the first thing women talk about? They talk about, I'm going to get my rose toy. Men, you get bored, think about masturbating. Like, I'm just being real. Like, this live, I'm going to be real, bro. I'm just going to be real and raw. It is what it is. What's popping? Angel Kiss, what's popping? And I feel like as a man, if you want to take not just material things in your life to another level, but like your mental and your soul to the next level, like you really have to challenge yourself to see, can you go 6 months, a year, 3 months without sex? And I'm not saying go a whole lifetime without it, because we need women, women need us. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying they have monetized our weakness, bruh. Dating apps. We're gonna start the dating apps first. And I think I'm gonna do a few videos about, you know, start exposing these dating apps and how they started to make millions off of our community, bruh. Off of our people, bruh. They making millions from our lust, men and women, bruh. They making millions from our lust, dog. Think about all the relationships you had from dating apps. None of them lasted. Now you might have your people who got married from dating apps. That's rare. That's rare. You may have your people who got in relationships like that lasted over 2 years from dating apps. That's rare. It's rare. Most of the time, it's hookups, situationships, one night stands. Like, let's just be real with each other. You feel me? Sex is not everything. It's about community. Facts. You sound a lot like you're putting your own insecurities. Hey, it is what it is, bro. Say what you want to say. I just know a lot of men going through what I went through. And if you don't feel like that, I can't make you feel how you feel. It is what it is. You think I'm insecure? Hey, feel that way, dog. Feel that way. I just know it's a lot of men that's having trouble with lust. Matter of fact, if men or women, if you having trouble with lust, and just be real, put an 8 in the chat. Just be real. Because we can talk about people who addicted to drugs all day, people who are addicted to all type of stuff. But just because you got a career, a job, you in school, you got some money, that don't mean you don't have any addictions. You just like that crackhead on the side of the road. You just a functioning addict. That's it. You just a functioning addict. That's it. You ain't no different from that crackhead on the side of the road. You just a functioning addict who can function. They can't function. You know, they can't function. They gotta live in their truth. Since I was young, I remember my favorite song talking about, yeah, sex, bruh. Like, sex, bruh. And look, I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it, but I feel like if you're not right within, if you ain't fix your, and we ain't gonna never be completely perfect, but if you ain't fixed your demons and healed the things inside of you and overcame certain things, sex ain't gonna solve that, bro. Like, a lot of us use sex to cope, all type of stuff, bro. And until you do the work on yourself, and I know it's so cliche, like, this the most cliche shit ever. Do the work on yourself. Like, yeah, I know that shit. But until you really do that work on yourself, sex ain't gonna solve nothing. Matter of fact, it's gonna ruin a lot of relationships. Much peace, love, respect, Josephine Short. Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And like I say, society these days, because they can make money from it, they gonna always try to separate black men and black women. They want us to always hate each other. They want us to always hate each other. But I say, you know what? I'm not gonna have my channel like split like that. No, because women go through their shit, men go through their shit. But they want us at war with each other so they can make money from it. Everything is about them making money, bro. It all makes sense. The dating apps, all this shit. In that order, love and respect each other. Hold up.
Just have a motherfucking partner. The dating scene, do not go on no dating apps. Whether you a dude or girl, it doesn't matter. I know it seems real convenient that you could just have a motherfucking partner at the tip of your motherfucking fingertips from some swiping and some quick texting. But dating apps is messy as fuck. 9 times out of 10, they got something going on with somebody else. They just got out of a messy ass relationship and they ain't do no healing. There be niggas on there acting like bitches trying to get money out of other gullible niggas. And there be chicks on there trying to sell that little funky ass thing between their legs.
Hey, Prior, let me tell y'all something. These dating apps is dead now. I know it was a time when like you can really find like maybe a relationship, bruh, it's dead. It's dead. They really just trying to get the last scam they can get out of everybody. It's all scams, bruh. You got people making fake accounts just to scam other people. Just to scam other people, bruh. Like it's dead, bruh. But the people, so-called people in power, all of this shit was by design. And I feel like we really gotta stop accepting everything they throw at us. We gotta stop accepting everything they throw at us and make it into the norm because they really getting rich off of our lust, bruh. They really getting rich off of our lust. Hold on, let's see. And hold on, we go get into this with him. And look, I know this this young chick, went to go see she went to go see a white dude, you know. She went to go on a date with a white dude, whatever. And that's not my point. My point is she died from that app, right? She died from that app. They don't care. They don't do background checks, none of that shit. They don't do none of that shit. You think Bumble gave a fuck about her? You think Bumble like cared about her? You think they paid her? Hell no. You think dude didn't even go to prison? Dude didn't even go to prison. And like I say, I know she went on a date with a white dude. That's not the point of this video. The point is they gonna always protect their people. But I bet you, hold on, I'm gonna say that to after this video.
To an IT exclusive, there are new questions about the police investigation into the dating app death of a young woman, Lauren Smith Fields, in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Investigative reporter Sarah Wallace delves into that mystery.
They wanted us to forget about our daughter, their sister, our loved one. They thought they was gonna just throw her away like she was garbage.
Amid this family's anguish are emotions of outrage and disgust at how the Bridgeport Police Department has investigated the mysterious death of 23-year-old Lauren Smith Fields.
It was careless, there was no concern, there was no care for the family about how we felt, our grief, our pain, none of that.
The I-team obtained this police report of the response to a 911 call from Lauren's apartment on the morning of December 12th from a white male identified as Matthew LaFountain. The investigator notes
Who your boy
he was
is.
trembling and visibly shaken. LaFountain said they met on the dating site Bumble, began drinking shots of tequila, and Lauren became ill. That later they played some games, ate some food, and started to watch a movie. He says he carried her to her bedroom and laid her in her bed. He then laid down next to her and fell asleep. He woke up again at approximately 0630 hours, and she was laying on her right side. Blood was coming out of her right nostril onto the bed, and she was not breathing.
The whole day goes by, no police reach out to the family at all.
Her close-knit family says they went to the apartment the next day after frantically calling and texting Lauren and were referred to a Detective Cronin.
They didn't even contact us, they didn't let us know anything. It's crazy. And I'm asking what's going on. He said she met some guy on Bumble, and I'm asking about the guy. He was like, oh, he sounds like a really nice guy. He sounds like a really good guy. And he was like, I'll call you back, and just hung up in my face.
They say the detective promised to come by the apartment.
Never showed up.
The family says the relationship with police devolved from there. No contact from December 13th until December 29th. They returned to the apartment to clear out Lauren's belongings and claim a new detective came by to say he'd taken over the case from Detective Cronin.
The detective said he effed up, he messed up, he effed Cronin, he messed up, he didn't know what he was doing, he messed up the case.
The family says they provided evidence they collected to crime scene investigators who arrived for the first time that day, included a bloody sheet and a pill.
And 2 cups of drinks or whatever next to a bottle. They didn't take none of that. We seen a condom, we seen lube, other stuff in there, and they didn't take none of this.
Sources close to the investigation tell the I-team that Matthew LaFountain pictured in this social media photo, now removed, was the man at Lauren's apartment. A neighbor at his listed address in Milford confirmed LaFountain's identity, but we were unable to reach the 37-year-old who has not been accused of any wrongdoing. LaFountain's same image appeared under the name Matthew Thomas, now also taken down.
Anyone that genuinely cared and they were there, the last person there, and they know that nothing bad happened, you would at least even reach out to the family yourself. Like, listen, I know I'm sorry for your loss of your daughter or your sister.
The family's last contact with police was on January 4th at headquarters with their attorney.
What I believe is that the police failed to collect and preserve that environment from the first day.
The attorney has now filed a notice of claim to sue Bridgeport for negligence, claiming key evidence was not initially submitted to the state lab.
I feel like because she's a white guy, she's a black girl, it's just almost like they just thrown it under the rug.
That night she was silenced, so now we are her voice. But we're here, and we're fighting for her.
The Bridgeport Police Department did not respond to repeated messages we left about the case, but in previous statements, they've said the investigation is open and active, and that detectives are waiting for a final report from the medical examiner on the cause and manner of death. Sarah Wallace, News.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Put a 8 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Put an 8 in the chat if y'all can hear me well. Put an 8 in the chat if y'all can hear me perfectly fine. Okay, cool. All right, got y'all. Cool. Yeah, so my thing is, bro, do you think Bumble did anything for this family to help this family? Hell no. They don't care. And it's multiple stories I can pull up about black women and black men being murdered because going on these dates, they use your lust to reel you in, and if something happened to you, you think Bumble go speak out on you? You think they go help your family solve a crime? Hell no. These people are making millions. Matter of fact, as of March 2025, Whitney Wolf Hurd owns approximately 18% to 21% of Bumble, which is a market capitalization of around 0.55 billion as of June 2025. Her net worth is estimated to be between 510 million and 600 million, bro. Look. These people damn near billionaires, bro, off of lust, dog. Almost billionaires, dog. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, bro. So I feel like, especially in our community, bro, like, we need to get back to the real times, like meeting people outside. Because all this stuff is a setup, bro. It's a setup to get them rich. It's not normal to just meet strangers, like just offline and go to their house or go on dates. And that's not normal. Normal is really meeting people outside so you can see their eyes, so you can see their facial expressions, so you can see their body language, Because you can meet somebody and just look at their eyes and see if they lying, all type of stuff. But you meet somebody online, they could put up any type of persona. They could put up any type of fake identity online. But in real life, you can read body language. All this shit is a scam, bro. These people damn near billionaires, dog. From dating apps, bro. Look at this shit. While you gotta go to work every day, she's sitting in her bed, rubbing her ass with 510 million. But you on Bumble. I can't talk about nobody because a few years ago, I was on Bumble. I was on Bumble consistently a few years ago. So I can't talk about nobody, but when you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. In this country, bro, well, probably in the whole world. I haven't been overseas, so I don't know about that. But I know in this country, they trying to monetize everything about the humans. They want to monetize your love. They want to monetize your intimacy. They want to monetize all that. So none of it is real, bro. All this online shit, online dating is all fake, bro. Are you attending the big comedy show tonight called? Now, I think I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna just walk the streets and do some photography tonight. It's like some night photography. Heavy facts, yeah. Appreciate you, Q. My favorite word is you want to live better or do better. Facts. Very accurate, honest. Yeah. It's all a scam, man. I'm telling you now, the best way to meet people, bro, is just going outside doing things that you love, like the old school. I hate to say it, it's the old school way. And I feel like in a few years from now, I think the next generations, they gonna start rebelling against all this shit, bro. See, we accepted everything they threw at us. We just accepted. We accepted POF. We accepted Bumble. We accepted Tinder. We accepted Hinge. We accepted all this bullshit. I think the next generations, they gonna start going against all this shit that we tried to make normal. It's not normal, bro. They did all this to be millionaires. That's it. Because they know something. Most people cannot control their lust, bro. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? And I'm not on these apps. I tried once and you smart. You smart. It's the old school time. Yeah. That's why like a lot of elders, older people, they always say it's nothing new under the sun. We think all this stuff, no, it's nothing new under the sun. It's nothing new under the sun. We think we can just change things. No, this is not normal. All these dating apps are scams. They want you to pay. They want you to pay to talk to the most, I'm going to say successful type of people are the most prettiest people. Are the most handsome people. You gotta pay more. You getting pimped. Hold on. They want to lock up pimps in California, but these the real pimps. These the real pimps. They locking up the pimps in Cali, but these the real pimps. Ain't that crazy, bro? Ain't it crazy how certain people can get away with certain stuff? This really pimping, bro. You pimping a whole generation. You pimping the whole society. I'm old school. Ain't never done these apps. Hey, shout out to you, Cheryl. Shout out to you. I did about referral. A friend referrals tells me about a person that, yeah, man, I'll be honest. These apps is really just hooking up, bro. You meet a chick or you meet a guy. It's really just about hooking up. The woman meets the guy, hook up. The dude meets the girl. It's all about hookup, bro. Nothing. It's no relationships. It's no relationships in this shit, bro. You might lead with that. They might lead with that, but ultimately it just comes up. It's hookup, bro. It's ways to hook up now. That's it. It's really like they really pimping, bro. That's all it is. Big pimping. I'm telling you, it's big pimping. That's it. That's all it is. And society is being pimped. It's crazy. So, like I say, throughout my years, when I found out about semen retention, the younger you are, the harder it is to do because all you think about is sex. That's all you think about. But now I'm 35 and now I'm taking the journey again. And I'm telling you, it's the best decision I ever made in my life. Even though when you take this journey, oh, so now you want to talk to me. So now you want to come over. No, I can't. That's because they already in a relationship. That's why I said hook up. They already got somebody. Yeah. Now, back in the day, someone had to vet you, cousin, nephew, man, I'm telling you, I'm glad I lived before social media, man. I'm glad I lived part of my life because, I think I was like 15 when social media, like Facebook and stuff came out, 15. So I'm glad I lived up to 15 years old without social media and the way we, interacted with women, with girls at the time. I'm glad I lived that life, bro, because imagine Gen Z, they haven't lived that life. All they know is social media. All they know is hooking up with people that they meet online. And we want to say that's normal. That's not normal, bro. People can fake their whole identity online. It's all a scam. And I say, for real, how relationships should be, in my opinion, I know we think we should just have sex quick and stuff like that. I know we was probably taught that shit. But as I get older, bro, I'm learning it's really best to wait. And I might sound lame, but I don't even care no more. I don't care. I might sound lame, But it's really best to wait. And I know I sound lame as hell. Sometimes I tell myself, like, dude, what are you talking about? But I really feel that way. It's best to wait, bro. Just look at all the relationships you had when you just had sex, like, and you know, some relationships they end up lasting, but everything is not the same. Majority is not like that. That's rare when you can just, you know, have it like that. But for the most part, I feel like it's best to wait at least some time and not let the women say, "Oh, let's wait." No, sometimes I feel like as men, we should tell women, "No, we go wait." You know, and sometimes you tell a woman no. See, they love to say no means no to men, but the real test go be when you tell a woman no, because you tell them no, they can turn to Mike Tyson on your ass. You tell a woman no, they can turn Mike Tyson on your ass. Oh shit, bruh. But nah, in all seriousness, bruh, I feel like the best journey for a man to take, if you want to fix a lot of your problems in life, if you want to overcome a lot of stuff that you're going through, get back to that semen retention, bro. Get back to it. And like I say, it's gonna be hard, especially when you got a roster, you got girls who bad, girls who looking good, they want you, bro. It's the best feeling to challenge yourself as a man. You want to challenge yourself and see, hey, can I go 2 years? Especially if you've been doing it your whole life. Like, what you missing out on? You already done did it. You already had your experiences. Challenge yourself. Can you go 3 months? Can you go 6 months? Can you go a year? And then you go find yourself. This the thing about, I'm gonna get to y'all women too, hold on. But this the thing about a man. Once you take this journey, bro, instead of you putting all that energy into DMing all these women all day, texting women all day, guess what you gonna start doing? You gonna start putting that love back in yourself. You gonna start doing things for yourself. You gonna start doing all the things you put to the side. You gonna start doing all those things for yourself. Hell, they throwing it at you and everyone else. Exactly. Hell had no fuel as a woman scorn. I'm telling you, bro. Tell a woman no. And not all women. Like, you just tell some women no. Bruh, they would turn to Mike Tyson on your ass. Like the person you like that likes you back. We get the second part wrong. We date people that society accepts. You don't need 1 million, 2.3 kids to have love. As long as she wants you happy, you good. I'm telling you, it's that simple. Facts. I've been celibate for 5 years, and it's really nothing. Yeah, because you see, like I say, I don't know how it is for women. Like, y'all can say, 5 years, 4 years, but I'm telling you, a month feels like, to a man who's like had it and who can get it and stuff, a month feels like a year to men. So we go a month without it. It's like it's an accomplishment, bruh. It's an accomplishment. And I hate to say that. That might be sad, but we go a month without it. That's an accomplishment. That's like a whole year. I'm telling you, I went 3 years. That's what's up. Oh yeah, I went 3 years of celibacy with the creator sent my. See, I'm telling you, bro. I feel like if you go through that celibacy phase and you go through that semen retention phase, I feel like you can manifest anything in your life. That's how I feel, because as a man, if you can conquer lust, bro, I feel like you could do any fucking thing, bro. You can do anything, bro. Q, don't do that. Somebody you know is trying. I think it's a lot easier for women than men. Yeah, see, I'm glad you said that, Miss GG. See, I don't know that, and I'm glad you said that. Yeah, men, like I say, women say they go through menopause at certain, not menopause, ovulation or whatever. I told a woman that, man, ovulate 24/7. I told a woman, bro, y'all go through that like once a month. Men ovulate 24/7. 24/7. Soon as we open our eyes, it might be sad, bruh. Like I say, this gonna be a real live. We're gonna be honest, bruh. And y'all can judge me, but it is what it is. You know, men ovulate 24/7, dog. And I feel like if you can overcome lust as a man and put that energy into yourself and to things that you try to do in your life, bruh, you really start having great conversations with women. And you like, damn, it's a whole new world. Like for my men, it's a whole new world, bruh. Like you literally start having real conversations with women and listening. And like I say, it's not easy though. It's not easy. So like I say, men and women, a lot of us grew up and still we use sex to like cope with stuff. Just like people use drugs to cope. A lot of people use sex because they trying to get over somebody, get over an ex. They use sex because they depressed. They use sex to, to fill a void, but that void never gets filled. It never gets filled. You feel me? Let's see. We'll get to that in a second. Let me read our comment. Sad when you don't know yourself. I'm telling you. Josephine, thank you for saying that. I feel like as a man, and this is what I learned in my 35 years, I feel like you can't lead a woman until you know yourself. Unless you got a woman who will evolve with you and stay throughout your mistakes and stuff like that, which is rare these days. Because people are always asking, how can people stay married for 40, 50 years? Because 9 times out of 10, it was a woman who stayed with the man throughout his cheating, throughout his mistakes, and she stayed with him. And they evolved together. You know? That's what really happened, but that ain't gonna happen these days, you know. But I feel like in these days and ages, as a man, you really have to figure out yourself first. You really have to challenge yourself on things before you can lead a woman for real, for real. Like, you can fake it. And we all did that in our 20s. We met an older chick in our 20s. You know, we 24. We met a chick who 29. She got a house already. We all faked it. But it's only so long you can fake it, bruh. It's only so long you can fake it until, let me tell y'all, bruh. When I was 24, I moved in with a woman who was 29. She about to turn 30. And this when I just started driving trucks. I'm going to be real with y'all. I just started driving trucks. And so I'm just started making like big money. Like I'm getting paid every week. I'm making big money. To me, it's big money because I'm 24. So she wanted me to pay her rent. I'm like, what? I'm like, you want me to use my big money that I just start making to pay your rent? Bro, I was horrible, bro. I was horrible. I said, you know what? I'm going to just go back on my truck. Bruh, I was horrible, bruh. I said, I'm just go back on my truck because you want me to pay your rent? What? I just started making this $900 a week check. You want me to pay yo $1,100? What? What? Man. But as I got older, I learned, bruh. You can fake it, bruh. You can get the girl you want. You can run all the game to get her. But once you get her, you gonna have to take that line to, not the line, but you gonna have to fake it every day. Eventually, you gonna get fed up, and the real you go come out, bruh. The real childish you is gonna come out. So I feel like as a man, the only way we can really lead women is, and I know this cliche too, is when we start leading ourselves. When we can lead ourselves, and damn, I don't know how I thought of that shit. I just started that shit, but when we can lead ourselves, bruh, that's when we can lead a woman. When we can challenge ourselves to overcome lust, that's when we can lead a woman. Nah, what were you paying? Nah, I think her rent was like, I think her rent was like 950. I'm like, I'm making 900. So I think her rent was like at the time it was like 950, and she wanted me to pay. I'm like, what? I just started making this money. Can I ball first? Let me ball out. Let me ball out. But I learned, bro. If I had the mind I had 24, and I wasn't like faking trying to be this mature guy when I really wasn't. Like that was my first time like actually living with a woman. So I wasn't mature. I was like learning, you know. But as a man, you really that's the whole check. $50. That's all I got left. 50. But I was getting paid every week, you know, but still when you young, right, you ain't trying to get nobody $900. But like as a man, when if I was leading myself at that time, but I was still young. But what I'm saying is as a man, once you lead yourself, bro, you can lead a woman. Like I said, you can fake it for a little while. You can fake it for a little while, but eventually that real part will come out. The real you will come out, you know? You could have gave half. Man, when I heard 900, I'm like, bro, is a relationship really worth it? Don't forget about taxes, dog. I had just started making big money because at first I was working in the warehouse. And my uncle used to come home and he'd show me his check. I'm like, wait, dog, you made 1,700 in 1 week? Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. I went to trucking school. I went to truck driving school, bro. You know? So my uncle, he motivated me to go to trucking school. I don't know if he was doing it on purpose, because he used to come home and just show me his check. Bro, I made 1,700. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? 950 in rent is nice, I wish. Yeah, I think that was like back in 2015, something like that. And she had a house at the time. You know, it was a house. A grown man knows he should contribute to the. So let's move on to the women. You know, we talked about the men. Let's move on to the women. I feel like celibacy for women is great too because let me tell y'all how they manipulating y'all. They manipulating y'all with these sex toys. They manipulating y'all. And, you know, just like as men, we fell for some shit, y'all fell for the sex toy thing. Y'all fell for it. Y'all fell for it. They scam y'all. I don't care how many orgasms you have with it. Guess what? Guess what? It's never, ever go be the feeling of a great relationship with a man. It's never gonna equal that. You know, it's never go equal that. And they use that to scam y'all. They use that to scam y'all, to keep y'all single and to keep us fighting each other, to keep black men fighting, to keep black men fighting black women. Nah, she was definitely taking advantage of real. Yeah, she probably was, man. She probably was. But hey, I forgive her. I forgive her. Kings protect this queen and his kingdom, not the other way around. That's true. I've never owned a toy. I'm sensitive. Hey, shout out to you. Because look, you gotta think about it too. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not talking down on nobody because men, we got scammed too. I just talked about it. But you got some women, it like they got scammed so bad they actually need that toy now. They need the toy. Facts. No, yep. Yes, I am celibate for yeah. They need the toy. They can't live without the toy. They addicted. Just like a crackhead, but they are functioning addict. That's why I say we can't talk about homeless people or people who hooked on drugs because guess what? A lot of us have addictions too. We just functioning addicts. The people on the streets, they really living in their truth. But a lot of us are functioning addicts. So when I notice when a lot of women talk about celibacy, they talking about just sex, but they still doing they still using the toy. And I don't know how y'all bodies work. I don't, you know, y'all might need those orgasms to keep going. So hey, if you need that, you need that. But look, I say don't let these companies scam you with their products. Because while you struggling and trying to figure out how you gonna pay your rent, that toy you just bought, these people making billions. And they making those toys to keep you away from men. To keep you away from like a real relationship. You know? Very true it is. No toys, nothing complete. Exactly, okay. I'm addicted to being responsible. Greetings from Arizona. Shout out to you. Shout out to Arizona, man. I love Arizona. But yeah. So they really want us, they really use our natural, they use our natural urges and they monetize it. They find ways, they sit in the lab all day and they use our natural feelings, our natural emotions, and they figure out how can they make money from it. How can they become rich, richer than rich than rich? So I say we have to take our power back, bro. We have to take our power back. We have to, bro. Because while you out here going through it in life, these people making billions because you on a dating app. They making billions because you keep buying sex toys. They making billions, you know? And this thing about Bumble, the people they use, they don't care about them because guess what? They filthy rich now. So guess what they decided to do a month ago? This happened a month ago. Check this out. Check this out, my people. They doing devil's work. Facts. Yeah, it's all about money. To them, it's all about money.
The company behind Bumble is the
A
latest
month
to join
ago.
a growing list of dating app providers to lay off hundreds of employees. The Texas-based online dating platform plans to lay off about 1/3 of its workforce, a move that could save up to $40 million US for that company. And a month earlier, Match Group, who owns Tinder, Hinge, and OkCupid, also announced plans to cut about 13% of its workforce. So what does this mean for hopeless romantics turning to these dating apps? For that, we're joined by Trina Orchard. She is an anthropologist and associate professor at the School of Wealth Studies at Western University, and she's also the author of Sticky, Sexy, Sad, Swipe Culture, and the Darker Side of Dating Apps. Trina joins us from London, Ontario. Thanks for taking the time to be with us.
I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so let's start with those growing number of layoffs we're seeing at a number of different dating platforms. And in part, that's because they are seeing fewer revenues and fewer users.
Yeah, people are.
See, I told you. Like, eventually, people going to get tired of that quick sec. Like, just quick, everything quick. Now people want that old school type stuff, like back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even the early 2000s, the way we had it. You know, I grew up in the early 2000s. So people don't want this quick microwave dating relation. People don't want that shit no more. People don't want that shit no more.
Are swiped out. Dating apps are increasingly expensive. There's more bots, there's more sort of swindler type behavior happening, and fewer people are using them in meaningful ways. And so I think a lot of folks are just thinking it's not worth their time and effort.
So maybe not
What's
worth their
poppin',
time and
Valerie?
effort, but they're still looking for a connection. Do you think we're seeing sort of a shift in how people want to approach that search?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially post-pandemic, people are pretty hungry for person-to-person
Facts,
interactions.
Will Hall,
And
facts.
younger generations don't have a lot of experience in that particular way of interacting, but they're.
Hold on. Shane said, why are blue cities so dirty? Shane, let me tell you something. I don't know if you travel this country, but you go to these so-called red states, go there. Go there. They racist as hell. It don't matter, bruh. Don't let these people fool your mind talking about blue and red. Dog, go to these red, bruh. It's a bunch of hillbillies, dog. What you think it is? Luxury and come on, bruh. Don't be manipulated, bruh. Think for yourself. Think for yourself when they talking about red, blue. Think for yourself, bruh. Go to those so-called red states and watch what they do to you. Watch what they do to you. Come on, bro.
increasingly the ones who are putting down the dating apps more so than older generations.
And so, in terms of sort of that hunger to find a different path to find love, what are we seeing an increase in? Where are people going then?
So there's a whole lot of options that people can choose instead of dating apps, and that includes things like speed dating. Running clubs are sort of the new dating app in a lot of ways. There's also dating coaches. We see.
Look, man, don't fall for what these Caucasian people talking about, bro. Everything to them is about money. Everything to them is about money. And when we try to do what they create or do what they doing, bro, it will never work, bro. What's poppin', Nikki? Oh yeah, everything great. Hey, what's poppin', Michelle? You know, get back to the old way to meeting people. You know, get back to the old way of meeting people, because all this is about money. That's it. That's all they care about is money. They gonna monetize your love. They gonna monetize your relationship. They gonna monetize everything just to make money. And now they stop caring about these apps. Now you go on these apps, it's nothing but scams. It's Nigerian scam people. and it's Nigerian scam people just trying to scam people, bro, make money. So they stopped caring about these apps because they made they billions off these apps already. They made they billions off these apps. Now you go in there, it's just scammers. People from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. Scammer. I hate to say it, but that's where it is. Nasty work for real. For real, bro. For real. So get back to, like, you know, going to jazz events, going to and just meeting people so you can see their body language. And before you like have sex with people, get to know people for real, bro. And like I say, I know it's, for me, it sounds lame because, you know, I didn't live my life like that. But as I get older, man, I just notice, man, you don't want anything quick. You don't want anything quick. True, now they on the next scam. Exactly. They on to the next scam now. So they sitting back. So the next scam, I'm gonna tell y'all, the next scam is AI. That's it. The next scam gonna be AI and robots. So I'm telling y'all, bro. They go try to use the robots. They go try to monetize that with relationships and sex and stuff like that. And they go try to use AI. They go try to make AI videos to make men watch and, you know, try to pleasure themselves or whatever. That's their next scam, bro. That's the next scam, bro. So that's why I had to make this video. And I think I'm going to start doing more videos just about semen retention and celibacy, because these people trying to monetize everything about humans, bro. They trying to monetize and make money, make millions and billions off of our natural urges and feelings. So we got to watch out for that. You know, we got to watch out. You want something? Yeah. The next thing will be AI and robots. That's it. And they use all this rage bait content, like men hating women, to, you know, keep us divided. They want to keep us divided because as long as they keep us divided, they can make money. It's like people don't know what spirits the other person got. Exactly. Exactly. And like I say, I know sexual urges, like, it's hard, bro. Some people got past trauma. Some people got, you know, like I say, bro, it's people really addicted to sex, bro. Believe it or not. It's people that's really addicted to it. And I feel like the way to break that cycle is to challenge yourself and say, you know what? I'm going to see, can I go 6 months? And transfer that energy into something else. Artificial information. I'm telling you. They have a whole mannequin doll with physical. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's wild, bro. And I ain't even trying to go down that rabbit hole because I just get madder and madder. You feel me? But I do appreciate everybody joining the live, man. I appreciate y'all joining this live. You know, at first I was like, man, should I even do this? But I said, you know what? It's time to talk about it because this was happening in our modern world today. These dating apps was just for them to get a quick bag and then dip into the next scam. And they did that. They did that for only 500. Exactly. Oh, you ran out of, bruh. They gonna tell you you ran out of likes. So now you gotta pay for likes. Bruh, that's big pimping. But they ain't gonna call them out though. They the real pimps. You gotta pay for likes. You gotta pay to see who view you. So while you got people making videos, and I understand, I don't rock with pimps and stuff either, but you gotta go for the big dogs, right? Who you think the smaller pimps learn it from? Who you think the gangs learn? How you think gangs learn how to be gangs? They learn it from the police. Oh, y'all a gang? Well, let's form our. That's it. Pay for likes. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. So I appreciate everybody for joining the live, man. I'm about to go work out, enjoy my Friday. I'm gonna have a video dropping tomorrow. I appreciate everybody that support this channel. Like, I thank y'all. I don't take it for granted, you know. And thank y'all for not judging the brother. I'm constantly evolving. I don't want to just stay, you know. I don't want to be predictable because I'm not a predictable person. I want to constantly evolve. So I appreciate all y'all for like sticking with the channel. For the people who unsubscribe, you know, it's whatever. But I appreciate y'all for sticking with the channel, man. And y'all constantly evolve.